Hi guys, so this is chapter 25, Fall Before Success, from my book Pieces, 52 short stories about being human. And as always, I'll just read you a little bit and then we'll have a chat about it. So, here I am yet again, despite my best efforts, oaths and endless promises, no different from any alcoholic or drug addict, stuffing my face with strawberries and cream, the whole box and the whole pot. Chocolate, bread with brie, and so much more. I know this is not the end. I will eat until I feel physically sick at the thought of food. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of food to get me to that stage. I also know I will feel unwell, have a headache, bloated stomach, and I will put on weight. I will feel disappointed, guilty, and ashamed. As I'm typing this, I'm polishing off the bowl of cream just in case the process of writing will change my mind and I would decide not to finish it. Unlikely, but possible. This was supposed to be a good day. I was meant to wake up, exercise, meditate, pick up stuff from the post office and spend the day catching up on my admin and accounting while doing my 500 calories fast. Whatever happened to that plan? I woke up tired and decided to go to post office first and exercise when I get back home. I passed through a farmer's market, bought 6 free from treats, a brownie and a courgette fritter, a box of strawberries and a box of raspberries. I ate all of that by the time I got home. It's about 10 minutes walk. I started to watch catch-up TV, knowing very well the time was flying away from me. Trip to Tesco to supply myself with all that food mentioned earlier was my only distraction from sorting my music out and checking Facebook and football results every 2 minutes. So obviously this chapter follows me through I would say episode quite frequent in the past. My eating disorder, because I was I suppose I am binge eater, but it's much more managed now than it used to be, and I would just stuff myself with food to suppress a variation of emotions or make me actually feel something when I was depressed. And I also learned since, because I've been in therapy, that I have a polarity response, which means that if someone says something, or even I say to myself something, I'll do the opposite. So because I've set myself up as this is gonna be a good day and I'm not gonna eat much and I'm gonna do all these things, there's like a rebellious side coming up saying, nah, I'm not, you're telling me what to do, I'm not gonna do it. So that was fun to deal with that part. Things are much better now because, as I said, I had quite a bit of therapy on that. Although there's still a little bit of work to be done for sure. So this is kind of just a window into that experience of how I dealt with it and how the writing actually was almost like a journaling. So I kind of walk you through the process that was happening in my mind and how I actually in that moment then managed to stop and move on from there. But generally speaking, the fall before success, it's the kind of, we're not gonna succeed if we don't try, and we haven't tried, we haven't failed, like many times. It's just part of the learning process. Like let's say you're learning pottery, until you're some bloody genius that just whatever touches just happens amazingly and beautifully, the likelihood is that while you're learning there'll be lots of crooked pots before you figure out how to do them perfectly, nicely and round, and that's okay. That's like, no one will criticize you for the crooked pots. It's to be expected. They usually end up on a pile to be recycled, and that's all right. It's just part of the learning process, because by making the mistakes, you kind of helping the brain to learn how to do it differently. and then you will find your own way how to do, how to make a perfect pot. And once you get it, there might be still occasionally, little mistake or something, but it's just to refine your skills. But you'll find that more and more you'll just breeze through it, and it just becomes easy, and you just do it. Or with driving, how many times you've stole the car before you were able to drive through every junction smoothly. It happens. It's okay. And I think if we gave up at the first fall, we'd never do anything. We'd never actually walk. When you think about it, when babies keep falling over so many times and hitting themselves badly on the head and God knows what else, yet they persevere and they keep going until they walk in. And if we just gave up because it didn't feel good to not succeed at what we set to achieve, nothing would ever happen. You'd just be sitting on your backside until you die. It's just part of life, and I think we need to let go of the shame around failure that often is installed in us, unfortunately, by our parents or teachers when we're young. And a bit of therapy can definitely help to undo that damage. And as parents, we can definitely do our best to not to continue that cycle of shaming our children. And hopefully they can grow up in adults that don't wallow in shame, that are not afraid to make mistakes, that are not afraid to fall continuously before they get it right and succeed. And when you look, most truly successful people, not the likes of Donald Trump, they just inherit lots of money, but people who actually really made it from nothing to massive amounts of money, they're people who just kept going, kept trying. Doesn't mean they didn't get things wrong. They got things wrong all the time, but they just didn't give up. They kept going. And really, this is what the chapter is about. Because it works even when it comes to our personal goals. It's a bit harder. So like, for example, if you want to lose weight, if you want to overcome addiction, if you want to overcome eating disorder or mental health issue, because it's a bit more of a gray area, it kind of overlaps with other areas of our lives, and it's so every day, so every minute. Yes, it is definitely a bit more challenging to not get discouraged, because when you feel like you're failing every single day, every single moment of it, but know that eventually you will get better. As long as you really want to, you will get better at it. And there is no shame in asking for help. Look out there who's inspiring to you, who has the tools, the experience to help you to get through your particular issues, and go for it. You don't have to do this alone, but don't stop trying. So that's what this chapter is about. Obviously you can read the chapter itself and get the whole story and see how it ended, and you can get the book on Amazon in both digital or printed form. Take care and speak soon.